Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services. This is a video on daily topic-wise news and editorial analysis, which I'll be covering from the Hindu and Indian Express. So the most important news and editorial would be discussed in this session. Additionally, I'll be supplementing the news with some important information that can help you in prelims and mains examination. So let's get started with the topic first. Today is 14th of June. The first topic is new coffee family discovered in Andaman and Nicobar. Second, the Lancet report on COVID-19 Commission Indian Task Force. Third, G7 agrees to boost climate finance. Second last, government plan to monetize underdeveloped oil field. And the last is planning for a biosecure future. So this is an important editorial reported in the Hindu. Apart from this, there would be some MCQs question. These questions are based on current affairs that will help in the upcoming prelims examination. So those of you who are new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, do not forget to give a thumbs up. Now let's start this session with the first news, that is new coffee family discovered in the Andaman and Nicobar. This can be important for your general studies paper 2, conservation of environment, and even it can be important basically for other aspects of the examination, like where in prelims examination this type of question are mostly asked, right? This type of factual questions are more relevant in the prelims. So we'll understand what is the news. So a team of researchers from India and Philippines, they have recently discovered a new species of coffee जिसका नाम रखा गया है Phaerostraea lalji, right? So this was discovered in the Andaman and Nicobar. ये tree एक काफी distinctive है. This had been distinguished with a long stem, whitish coating on the trunk, and it has oblong optic leaves, cutaneous base. It was first reported in the Vandoor forest in the South Andaman. I will show you the image which will help you understand. So you can see these are the long cylindrical stem upon which these flowers are being formed. So this is the new variety of coffee which is found in the Andaman region, right? So it's very less in the world. And the region of Andaman already has some of the important species which scientists from the Indian and Philippines have found it. Now about the new species जो पाई गई है खास करके जिसको Phaerostraea lalji के नाम से जाना गया. This is the researchers say that is the new Phaerostraea in India. जो family है, जो genus है, उससे belong करती है. This is a 50-meter tall tree belong to the genus of coffee family, right? जिसको recently Andaman region में discover किया गया. So if a question is being asked, make sure you know about this region, any other creatures, any other plant which has recently been found in this region, make sure you have this knowledge. Now, Phaerostraea lalji has been asserted as a critical endangered based on International Union for Conservation and Nature, IUCN में इसको critically endangered का जो दर्जा है वो मिला हुआ है. So status of this species is critically endangered. So in examination, it may ask you about the IUCN status. So make sure you remember this. Now other physical features that distinguish this tree from other species is an umbellera inflorescence with 8 to 40 flowers. So you can see this has the capacity. This is something which has a fluorescent ability, so they can forecast the fluorescence. Now it was found in the growing under the large tree shade in the rocky areas along with the herb and shrubby plants. Geographical region की बात करें, इसकी expansions की बात करें, कहाँ जो Phaerostraea है उसकी family कहाँ है. So they include in the Madagascar, recently discovered in the species to new science, and then the other places include definitely in India, Andaman and Nicobar. This tree could be located in the Tirur forest, in the Jarva Reserve Forest, in the Chandia Tipu Munda, also known as Munda Pahad Forest, right? So these are specific area, very less variety is found across the world. Now the other news, that is Lancet COVID-19 Commission India Task Force report. So important for your general studies paper 2, issues related to development and management of health. So some factual question might be again important for the prelims examination as well. So according to the latest report by the Lancet Commission, they have said there is no evidence so far कि जो children हैं, जो बच्चे हैं कम एज ग्रुप के, उनमें ऐसा anticipation है कि third wave would definitely impact them. Although experts were of the opinion, but this dedicated task force, which was being encapsulated by the Lancet, one of the reputed journal across the world, तो उन्होंने ये रिपोर्ट्स दी है, अभी तक कोई ऐसी साइंटिफिकल एविडेंस नहीं है जिससे ये चीज़ों कंक्लूड किया जा सके। Now the task force consisted pediatrics expert. इस कमिटी में जो एक्सपर्ट थे वो पेडियाट्रिक्स थे. Pediatrics is a branch of medical science which deals with the study of the child, right? उनके पूरे overall anatomy, physiology सब चीज़ों को पढ़ने में pediatrics expert की काम आती है. Now country comprises of clinical from the top government official colleges, large private hospitals and charitable hospitals. So a group of pediatrics doctor was there in the team. Now, what was the aim of this task? Why this task was formed? So the main aim was to examine the evidence, जो कि recommendations हो सकती थी, political, clinical tools को लेकर के, guidance किस तरह से होनी चाहिए, policy maker को क्या क्या बातें बतानी है. This committee was interested to tell all these things. Now, all the data, India have a limited mortality rate amongst the hospitalized COVID-19 positive children. This is below the age of 10. So यहाँ पे जो percentage है वो 2.4% है. About 40% of the children who had died and had comorbidities, 99% of only 9% of the hospital COVID patient children presented with severe illness under 10 years of age. So जितने भी ग्रुप्स थे जिसमें स्टडी की गई है, so सब लोग 10 साल से कम की उम्र के थे, right? The observations were made similar during the two surges in the COVID-19 infection. We have seen first surge during the national lockdown and second surge of the COVID-19 from March, April and May, right? So this was the entire aim of the task and this was some of the findings that they have shown. Now some psychological impact, definitely when a pandemic which is there in the world, it has its psychological repercussions. So the expert has highlighted the psychological impact of the pandemic और ये एक meta analysis में ये बातें पता चली है. This was across the 15 study in 10 countries that described 22,996 children. So they were not only from India, they were from other 10 countries. तो 10 countries से इन बच्चों को include किया गया. And it was reported कि जो behavior और psychological state है, 79.4% of the children were effectively negatively because of the pandemic, because of the fear and quarantine. So at least 22.5% children has significant fear of COVID-19. 35.2 complain about the boardroom and 21.3 sleep disturbance, right? So this was the reason that they have found in the age group of children which is below 10 years. Now the other news, that is G7 agrees to boost climate finance, important for your gender studies paper 2, bilateral regional grouping agreements, and G7 in general can again be important for the prelims examination. So make sure you are thorough with the countries, their exact locations, it can be asked. Now G7 member countries, because this meeting had continued, this was almost 4-day meeting. So यहाँ पे meetings में कुछ important contribution को लेकर के बातें कही गई है, that is overdue spending, the pledge which G7 countries already had about $100 billion a year. Rich countries would help poor countries in the carbon emissions, right? So apart from COVID, other economic revival, environment is something which is very significant in this meeting. So carbon emission को लेकर के बात की गई है, how the entire world can cope up with the global warming. So the member countries are calling on the other developed countries to join this effort, right? Now climate finance targets की अगर बात करें, so जो 7 countries है that include US, Britain, Canada, France, Germany, Italy and Japan. So they have reaffirmed कि वो jointly mobilize करेंगे 100 billion per year for public and private sources by 2025, right? And Germany has taken some proactive role. It said that it would boost its contribution by 2 billion to 6 billion euros by 2025 at latest, right? Britain की बात करें, Britain has said that they would be increasing its fund in due course of time. So they would definitely increase if the commitment has been made. और उसके अलावा और कुछ अगर बात करें, that include infrastructure funding, developed countries जहाँ पे वो renewable energy, sustainable technology की तरफ आगे बढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. And world 7 advanced economies again pledged to meet the climate change target. So this target was previously also met. I'll tell you some of the other part also in the later part of the video. First, why this meeting was also held. One of the reason is countering the increasing influence of China. सो इट इज़ क्लियर दैट द लीडर पुश इन द G7 समिट कि चाइना को काउंटर करने की ज़रूरत है, उसकी जो इन्फ्लुएंस है खास करके एशिया रीजन में is not very good. A particular country dominating the entire region is not healthy. So the leader has signaled that they desire to build a revival of the China multi-trillion जो One Belt One Road initiative है, Belt Road Initiative भी कहते हैं जिसको, is a detailed view from the far between. So definitely all important country that developed economy don't want China that they should dominate the entire world. I mean, they cannot dominate, but at least they can dominate in the region. Now the pledge which is overdue, the previous pledge which was there for the 100 billion. So some group have unimpressed with the climate pledges. जहाँ पे डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज ने 2019 में यूएन में कहा था कि वो 100 बिलियन ईच ईयर देंगे, बट अगेन द पुअर कंट्रीज को देने की बात की गई थी, बट स्टिल द एक्चुअल प्लेस वाज नॉट कम इनटू प्रैक्टिकल एक्शन. सो द टारगेट डज नॉट मेट. वहाँ पे बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हुई, इवन बिकॉज ऑफ द कोविड-19 बहुत सारे पेंडेमिक्स को वजह से COP23 की भी जो एक्सटेंशन थे उसको भी बढ़ाई गई, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द रीजन दैट टारगेट वाज नॉट मेट. Now G7 also said that 2021 should be the turning point for our planet because we need to accelerate. हमें समझने की ज़रूरत है जो ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस emissions हैं that has to be kept 1.5 डिग्री सेल्सियस below the threshold. और कुछ ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट्स भी मैंने आपके साथ डिस्कस किए जहाँ पे ये बताया गया था कि अगर इंडिया अपने ग्रीन हाउस एमिशंस को कट नहीं करेगा, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग को कट नहीं करेगा, तो उसके इम्पैक्ट GDP पे दिखेंगे ईयर बाय ईयर. So definitely for country like India and many other developed country, it is equally important that this time the pandemic should act as a lesson for us and we should work for the global warming as well. Now government plan to monetize underdeveloped oil field. The news has been reported in Indian Express and can be important for your general studies paper too. Government policies and intervention for development of various sectors. So some strong decision coming from the Ministry of Petroleum. They have taken some important decision. We'll understand what is a decision. So the Petroleum Ministry has said that the government companies cannot hold on underdeveloped resources infinitely. बहुत लंबे समय तक जो अंडर डेवलप्ड रिसोर्सेज है उसको नहीं रखा जा सकता है, और मिनिस्ट्री ने कहा, उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया है दैट दीज कंपनी शुड सीक फाइंड टेक्नोलॉजी पार्टनर्स, या वो ऐसे इन्वेस्टर को फाइंड करे जो अपने एक्सपर्टीज और मोनेटाइज फाइनेंशियली उनको जल्दी से रिवाइव करने में मदद कर पाए. सो इंडिया इम्पोर्ट मोर देन 85% ऑफ इट्स क्रूड ऑयल रिक्वायरमेंट. बहुत हद तक इंडिया अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट को 85% जो रिक्वायरमेंट है दे इज बीइंग इम्पोर्टेड फ्रॉम अदर कंट्रीज. Now, why such a decision was taken? What was the rationale behind this decision? So, low recovery of oil and gas domestic field. We have seen the price of petroleum is also increasing. So, कुछ और भी इसमें बहुत सारे multiple factors involved हैं. The fuel prices has led to government deciding move ahead monetize underdeveloped fields. जो mature ऐसे fields हैं जो actual में काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, उसको official से ये कहा गया है कि they would be definitely monetized with other private firms. Now, IEA ने पिछले महीने रिपोर्ट में रिकमेंडेशंस दिया था कि जितने भी हॉल्ट प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, इवन ऑल न्यू एंड गैस इन्वेस्टमेंट रीच अ गोल ऑफ नेट जीरो कार्बन इमिशन बाय 2050. सो 2050 तक ये टारगेट्स दी गई है, सो दैट दीज कंपनीज दिस एस्टैब्लिशमेंट शुड हैव अ जीरो कार्बन इमिशंस. एंड नीदरलैंड कोर्ट हैज़ ऑल्सो रूल्ड कि जो ऑयल और गैस मेजर सेल्स कंपनीज हैं they should cut out their carbon dioxide emission by 45% by 2030. So some international obligations that is coming for all the countries. Now India crude oil की अगर बात करें, India crude oil production has fallen a peak of 38.1 million metric ton from financial year 15 to 30 metric ton in financial year 2021. So right, India has also its obligation. It has some international obligation, and other countries should also look forward so that इस तरह के जो problems हैं उनको भी solve किया जा सके. But in general, in specific, India definitely need to work upon it. Right? Now, planning for a biosecure futures. This editorial has been reported in Hindu. This is written by Happyman Jacob. He is an associate professor at School of International Studies in JNU. So this can be important for your general studies paper too, studies related to development and management of health. And talking about this editorial, we'll understand what are the themes, what are the issues that I'm discussing. So इस editorial की theme की एक बार बात करें तो planning for biosecure futures. There are four subhead upon which I'll be discussing this editorial. First is synthetic biology, weapons of mass destructions, India uniquely unprepared, and issues pertaining to biosecurity. So let's understand this editorial. So COVID-19, again, this is something which has made us very, very sincere about the problem that can arise in any part of the world. And it is clear that our traditional imagination about national security is no longer credible. सिर्फ हमने नेशनल सिक्योरिटी को टेररिस्ट अटैक या इस तरह के अटैक से ही देखा है, फिजिकल अटैक से देखा है, नॉट बाय द बायो वेपन्स अटैक. इवन द मोस्ट पॉसिबल वे आउट वाज केमिकल वेपन्स लाइक अटैक्स, एटम बम्स के तौर पे हमने देखा, बट नेवर थॉट ऑफ अ बायो वेपन्स, राइट. सो द ग्रोथ ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजीज, सिंथेटिक बायोलॉजी, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, नैनो टेक्नोलॉजी, इस सारी चीज़ों ने जो नेशनल सिक्योरिटी के जो डेफिनेशंस हैं उनको चेंज किया है, राइट. एंड द रैपिड राइज ऑफ बायो नेशनल जो सिंथेटिक बायोलॉजी की अगर बात करें, सो दिस rise has led to the 2 decays and understood implications that haven't received sufficient attention. इससे पहले इस तरह की चीज़ों पे कभी भी attention नहीं दी गई थी, and we know that it has not actually happened, right? In many of the Hollywood movies you must have seen this, but practically किसी countries में इस तरह से नहीं हुई थी. So COVID-19 has further highlighted the biosecurity concern of synthetic biology. बात करें सिंथेटिक बायोलॉजी होती क्या है. नो दिस इज अ रिवोल्यूशनरी टेक्नोलॉजी विच कैन हेल्प अस टू मैनिपुलेट द बायोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनिज्म. उसके जो पोजीशंस है ह्यूमन बेटरमेंट के लिए बेसिकली की जाती है. स्पेशली दिस इज बीइंग यूज्ड फॉर ट्रीटिंग डिजीजेज, री इंजीनियरिंग होती है सेल्स पे, बट उसके कुछ डबल एज स्वॉर्ड्स भी हैं. वी हैव यू नो व्हेन समथिंग इज डन फॉर द बेटरमेंट, उसके रिपरकशंस भी होते हैं, उसके दूसरे एंगल्स भी होते हैं, राइट. So there are many risks associated with the technology. We must be addressed before it become quickly accessible or widely accessible. So the same has happened with the COVID-19 virus. It was being argued that this is a lab-grown virus, but still these are the theories which is still not proven. So there's a need, basically for one, there is a possibility of deliberate misuse, or there is a need to carefully review the wake of the pandemic. हमें biosecurity को ध्यान से समझने की ज़रूरत है. US के जो डिफेंस डिपार्टमेंट है, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस, they have categorized synthetic biology as of the disruption to research areas, right? So whether they should be curbed because this has threatened the mankind or the humankind in the entire world. और इस तरह की अगर चीज़ें कंटिन्यूड होती है सिंथेटिक बायोलॉजी, तो हमें जो खास करके मेडिकल बायोलॉजी है या फिर अदर जो बेटरमेंट है ह्यूमन अंडरस्टैंडिंग, ऑर्गेनिज्म को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए, उसमें भी मदद मिलती है. सो टू साइड्स, वन देयर इज बेटर ऑल्सो एंड द अदर हैज़ अ क्रॉस नेगेटिव रिपरकशन ऑल्सो. नाउ वेपन्स फॉर द मास डिस्ट्रक्शन, दिस इज समथिंग विच वॉज अगेन अ कंसर्न. सो WMD की अगर बात करिए, कैपेसिटी होती है बायोलॉजिकल वेपन्स की, दैट हैज़ बीन लॉन्ग रिकॉग्नाइज्ड. और यहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल कम्युनिटी ने इसको बहुत अच्छी तरह से समझा था कि दिस कैन बी अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट. सो वन ऑफ द 3 WMD जो वेपन ऑफ मास डिस्ट्रक्शन हैज दैट इंक्लूड न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स, जहाँ पे मैक्सिमम सेफ्टी रखी गई है, सिक्योरिटी अटेंशंस को ध्यान में रखते हुए सारे एग्रीमेंट्स किए गए हैं. और दूसरी चीज़ है दैट इज केमिकल वेपन्स. तो मास डिस्ट्रक्शन में अभी तक ये 2 चीज़ों पे पूरे वर्ल्ड ने जोर दिया था, ध्यान दिया था. Now there is an international convention on implementation bodies, जहाँ पे एक डेडिकेटेड कन्वेंशन बनाई गई है, बायोलॉजिकल एंड टॉक्सिक वेपन कन्वेंशन BTWC 1972, जहाँ पे सारी चीज़ों को इम्प्लीमेंट किया जाता है, बट इसमें कोई इम्प्लीमेंटिंग बॉडी नहीं है, विथ नो इम्प्लीमेंटिंग बॉडीज, राइट. सो कन्वेंशन इज देयर, द कंट्री हैज़ एन ऑब्लिगेशन दैट दे नीड टू फॉलो इट. Now India uniquely unprepared. अगर specifically India की बात करें, because if an examination this is being asked, you have to consider one section in India as well. So India के पास एक disadvantage है, क्योंकि इंडिया ने कभी इस तरह के प्रॉब्लम को ना तो उतने ग्लोबल लेवल पे समझने की कोशिश की है, नीदर वी हैव मोर डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज इन दिस एरिया, राइट. और या दूसरे कंट्रीज के अपेक्षा इंडिया हैज़ नॉट डन एज इट वॉज रिक्वायर्ड. सो दीज रीजन इंक्लूड poor disease surveillance, right? We have a poor disease surveillance, insufficient coordination among the government department dealing with the biosecurity. हमारे पास बहुत सारे मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट है, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ बायोटेक्नोलॉजीज है, सो अदर और इतने सारे मल्टीपल बेसिकली चैनल होने की वजह से भी, प्लेटफॉर्म होने की वजह से, मिनिस्ट्रीज होने की वजह से, डिपार्टमेंट होने की वजह से भी इस तरह से प्रॉब्लम एग्जिस्ट करती है. Now, pathetic state and healthcare system. We have very poor healthcare infrastructure in our country, and India has multiple institutions dealing with biosafety, biosecurity threats with no coordination among them. So these are some of the reasons which put India on the back foot, and these make India uniquely unprepared compared to the other countries. Now, issues pertaining to biosafety, क्या क्या important issues हैं, दो सबसे important issues को highlight की गई है. First is the multiplicity of the bodies and minister makes coordination difficult, especially absence of empowered coordinating body. Basically, when you're talking about a biosecurity, they need to have a well advanced, well technology equipped coordinating body. दूसरा, the rising risk of the disease of the zoonotic origin, जिसमें COVID-19 is the excellent example, right? So this traditional ministry-wise separation might not be useful. So this is how the things need to be worked. We need to assume that we have to predict something which could happen. We need to be future prepared with any diseases that can crimp India, right? So these are some of the important suggestions that you can incorporate while you write answer in the means. Now coming to MCQ's question of the day, and before I start, just to tell you the answers of previous edition, that is on Saturday. So the first question is A. For question number 1, the correct option is A, and for question number 2, the correct option is C. Now today's question, the first question is, consider the following statement about Maritime India Security Summit 2021. It focuses on upgradation of infrastructure. India aims to strengthen the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Denmark is a partner country for 3-day summit. You have to choose the correct option and write it in the comment section down below. Right? So do participate, write your answer there. Second, consider the following statement with regards to Swachh Sarathi Fellowship. The Government of India under the Waste to Wealth mission launched a Swachh Sarathi Fellowship, and the Waste to mission is one of the 9th international mission of the Prime Minister Technology Innovation Advisory Council. So choose the options. If you know, it's well. If you don't know, you can read about this. This can also act as an important topic because the question we are framing is only from the most important topic of the current affairs. So do check it out, write your answer in the comment section. So this was all about the daily news and editorial analysis followed by the MCQs questions. If you have any other concern, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Wish you all the best. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.